So let me ask you this,
Mm-hmm.
because you told me we were talking, and what was that last night? And I said, you got any ideas for SBL? And you told me about this essay that you had wrote. So break down this essay and this concept.
Okay. So this essay came out of the frustration of not this prior election, um, but but 2020. So going all the way back to the Biden election and seeing the way that Black women played a heavy role in not only guiding our community, but even other communities as well, to the point where white women were saying, like, we just need to do what the sister, do what the Black women are saying to do. So it's like, it was nice to see the quote unquote clout that we had, but it also was disheartening because we're not going in a direction that is well thought out. It's really coming off of just the emotions from what I can tell. It's just coming off the emotions of what we think is the right thing to do for us. Not even really for our whole community, but we're just trying to do for us right now. And I was very frustrated with it because I'm somebody that represents the community. I'm a Black woman living in America, unfortunately. So I I hate the idea that I can walk down the street and Black men or any group of people can look at me and think that I would ever be in that kind of mindset, because I'm not. So yeah, I just wrote down my thoughts on the topic, and it got to what really is a woman's worth.
Okay. So I guess you have seen, oh, I don't know. I should ask. You've seen the slides. I did add the slides, and I did add to them, or add to the outline you sent me.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go through those after this brief intro. So you were saying that this was the 2020 election. So that would have been 2019 then, right? Because what? Oh well, no, that'd have been 2020, and then I forgot the president comes in at 2021. Okay. What, if anything, has changed as far as your views from that time till now?
It's funny you say that because I'd forgotten I wrote it until recently. It came back up and I was like, oh wow, I wrote this. And as I'm reading it, I'm like, this is almost more relevant today than it was back then. The situation has got 1,000 times worse, I would say. So it's there has been no positive change in the department of women leading the community down into the pits.
Well, that ain't good news. So when you wrote that, I guess, that was in the midst of the Kevin Samuels thing. He was still alive.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about his effect on Black women's thought patterns and the whole relationship dynamic? I don't know if you like followed him or anything, but just from what you saw about how women interacted with the information he was saying, or whatever the case may be, what did you think about that as it was going on?
I didn't follow him. It wasn't honestly until around the time that he passed that it became, everybody posting his clips, and I was able to get a more well-rounded view of him. Because while he was alive, it just came off as, oh, he's bashing women. Women will come on his show and say, so what do you think about me? And he'd rate them numerically. He'd be like, you're a 3, and then kick him off the show, just like for entertainment purposes, it seemed. But then after he passed, it was like, oh, okay, he was actually trying to instill some sense of something value wise or just a male's perspective for the women. So I personally thought he was gay, and so I didn't take his evaluation of women all that deep, because I'm seeing it as like, oh, he's just coming from the perspective of like, you don't have your nails done, you don't have your hair done, and that doesn't, that it holds no value for me. So I didn't think too much of it, for real. And how the women were reacting to it, like I said in my in the essay that I wrote, the women were like very in their feelings about what he was saying. If it was somebody, you know, that was just being rude, you would think that it would just be like, he's just trolling, and you click away. But the women were like very into what he was saying and keep coming back for more abuse from him. And so I thought it was really strange the way that a lot of women reacted to him.
Well, here's what it was. It took me a while to realize what it was, because I saw him before he got famous, and he was talking about. Everybody talks about in essence, the 666 man, and what that man would want, or how to get that man, or whatever, something to that effect. But he said nobody asked that man what that man wants. Now he seemed like he was sitting it didn't seem like he was driving. It seemed like he was in an Uber or something when he said that. Maybe he was driving. I can't really remember. But this was way before he blew up. And then he changed his image, right? I always tell people, you know, he said he was an image consultant. I say he looks like an image consultant that went to an image consultant. You know what I'm saying? Because he stopped wearing the sweaters and started wearing the full suits. He got the designer frames. Got a, you know, different apartment or whatever, better apartment. So he upgraded everything. And then he presented the image, the aspirational image to black women, right? Because a lot of women say they want, you know, in essence, the 666 man, 6 figures, 6 feet, and 6+. You know, if you can get a 6-pack with that too, that's, you know, that's good. But most women, they say that, but they never even seen that man. Like, they're not in the same socioeconomic spaces where that man is. So when they say, you know, when they have this aspiration or this desire for this man, they don't even know what all that entails. But he gave them what's the word I'm looking for? He gave them an aspirational example and said, yes, this man exists. Yes, this man is available. And here are the things that you need to do to get that man. So that's why women will come on, because they basically assumed, okay, he's one of these guys and he has other friends who are like him, but maybe they're more masculine, right? Because it was obvious you know, his masculinity was in question. I believe there's an issue with his mother and his mannerisms that I'm not going to go into. It's just what I thought. But since he's not here anymore, we'll never know. But I know he had a problem with his mother without question, because he said it publicly. But yeah, he gave black women that, and he represented that that desire for that man, which really is a desire for that lifestyle. It's not really a desire for that man, because to me, it's kind of hard to have a true desire for something that you never even come close to experiencing, right? Like, as long as I've been around, and maybe I'm just an anomaly, I've never had a desire for a supermodel, because the build of a supermodel is not even appealing to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's not realistic. Like, there's no chance of me running into that type of person anywhere in my life. It never has been. You know, even if I won the lottery, I don't think I would run into that type of person. But I know women think differently. They always think there's an opportunity or a chance that, you know, the best thing that could ever happen in life will happen. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also follow us on our other social media platforms. On Instagram, we're at dc.radical1. On Twitter, we're at dc_radical_one. And the Cash App is $DcRadical1. Again, thank you for subscribing. A beat before ODA and straight black pride.